Lawless sitting in the division at 3-5, still in it though. You're 2 games behind. You are on a 5-game losing streak, so that means you won for your first 3, and you were looking pretty. And you're like, yeah, and you're like, oh crap.
Oh,
That's right. It's just a couple of bad weeks. You're still in it. You scored almost 200 more points than the guy in front of you, and the guy in front of you scored more points against. So how are you 3-5? Just bad games, close games. You're 2-2 in the division with everyone else. So just a couple tweaks here and there, and you could definitely turn your team around. Okay. So Lawless, let's just take a look at the roster here. You got Derek Carr, Geno Smith, and Deshaun Watson. Well, I mean, both your quarterbacks are looking good. 82 and 98 points. And once Watson comes back, you're going to have some more there. So not bad there. Not a lot of fat in your quarterbacks. Okay. Then you got Dalvin Cook, Chase Edmonds, DeHarris Johnson, Alex Madison, and Joe Mixon. Not too bad. You got Cook and Mixon, but after that, it kind of falls off pretty well. So, but Madison at $9 million for Madison?
Ooh. Well, great for him. In his defense, he didn't sign him to that deal.
Yeah.
I think he had the deal. And, yeah.
Yep.
No, his running backs are pretty decent. I mean, with Cook and Mixon.
Yeah.
And even Chase Edmonds has looked decent down there in Miami. So.
Well, I think he got 1 carry last week.
Wow.
And 2 targets, no catches.
Maybe he was in the doghouse, but he definitely needs to do something at quarterback, like you said, I think. Yeah.
Oh, no, I think he's good at quarterback.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you got Derek Carr, Geno Smith, and Deshaun Watson.
Providing Watson, is good to go when he gets out there. He hadn't played in 2 years. So.
Well, I mean, outside of name, like Geno Smith is producing points, almost got 100 points. So like,
I'm just gonna be truthful with you. I'm not a believer yet, and I own him in one of my leagues.
Yeah, I'm not a believer, but if he's putting up points, it's hard for me to deny points over like trading for a name when all that name is doing is putting up closer, resembling the same amount of points, and then this is really just for Watson to get back, into form. Probably more like next year than I would, Watson really being shiny.
Right.
Wide receiver, probably the best wide receiver core that we've seen. He's got 3 guys over 100 points, and a guy at 75. I mean, Adams, Cooper, Diggs, and Hill. Kind of anomaly with Van Jefferson there. I've dumped him in all my leagues, and I'm not even interested in his name anymore. Tight ends. I mean, I would like to see a little bit more depth of guys. A couple 50 or 30-point guys in here for one of these guys. Because if one of these guys goes down, you really don't have depth here. So you're going to be hurting.
Waller got hurt last week, so yeah.
But he does have enough tight ends here to kind of help cover. Gesicki, Hunter Henry, Auden, and Waller. So no big studs, but Gesicki I think could be a little bit better. And Auden coming on, and Waller he needs to stay healthy. Justin Tucker, best kicker ever. Defensive tackles. You're good, 90 and 81. And Chris Jones, he's been a beast on that. And that was a fumble recovery, not a...
That would have changed his points.
Yeah, I mean, he took the ball. He had possession of the ball before he landed on him.
They missed that call.
How can I rough the passer when I have the ball?
Yep, you're right. You're 100% right.
So, and then let's move on to... I mean... No issues there with his defensive linemen. They're DTs. Defensive linemen, you look good with Von Miller, and then, you plug and play one of these other guys around him. But I would like to see a little bit more depth. And, because you could start 3 defensive ends And they score probably the most points on defense. I would really look at loading up the defensive end position because they score the most points. So, linebackers. I mean, his linebackers are good. Bolton, Bradley Chubb, and then you got David, and then you have a few unknown guys, but rookies. You're just kind of snagging onto them and holding onto them. No big deal. Okay. Your defensive your cornerbacks here, all in the 75 range. Not too bad. Okuda, Johnson, and Jackson. And then you got C.J. Jackson too, which should could be almost the best safety in the game. So just needs to play, but I mean you're solid at corner, and your safeties are solid. Eddie Jackson coming back on to his I know you got away last couple of years, in production, but he's here. Abrams, if he produces, he'll be good. Overall, not too bad on the defensive side. Just needs a little help on the defensive. Just a little bit on the defensive end. I would like to see one of these other guys in the 80s or 90s. Almost like two guys in the 90s in the defensive end, but that's just a play here or there. Overall, not bad. What do you think?
I think it's just been the luck of the draw of who he's played when he's played them. I think it's a better team than that. He is playing SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run this week, which honestly I look for him to rebound and win that game and squash that losing record of 5 in a row.
I actually like this team better than I did the last team that I looked at, who had a better record.
Do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
So let's.
And then coming, he plays, Scorpion. Unless these guys make some changes around, I think Lawless will definitely be above water and be in play possibly for the wild card.
I hope not, because I'm in that spot right now, but I hope he does better. I could see him finishing second in this division. And then his draft picks, he only has 2 draft picks next year, the second and the third. Otherwise, he has no draft picks.
He's not in your division.
No, but wild card.
He's not in your conference.
Oh, okay.
He's in mine.
Yeah. Okay. Conference. Yeah. Yep. So only 2 draft picks, a second and third round. So you can't really trade for a lot of depth here. But overall, I like his team. I would just like to see maybe another wide receiver, and yeah, that's it.
Of the 3 new owners this year, I think all of them have brought a very good competitiveness to the league. I'm happy with all 3 of the additions, both Cody's and oh my gosh, it's not Seth Brown, it's Brett Brown with Lawless there. So
yeah, I'm very happy with the players that you brought on in here. Pretty nice. So yeah. With that, we have now completed the, state of the franchise for 12 Monkeys IDP, and look forward to, squashing you guys in the future games. So I had fun, Grant. Any last words before we part?
No, man. Live long and prosper.
Right. Do the little hand sign there.
Okay. There we go. Hold on.
Yep, you got it. All right. Well, thanks, Grant. Appreciate it. I will chat with you later.
All right.
Yep. All right, bye.
You done recording?